set cuckoo clocks to like timer mode?
This one, we can find one.
There
has to be a cuckoo
true.
It
timer.
sounds like it's about time. Cuckoo.
Well, the cuckoo
We'll
clock
have to
means
make
that's it.
That's all it. That's it for today.
Let's go over to the couch. This sure was a fun episode.
And welcome back to the 7 Star of the Right podcast. That was a good enough one.
Were we recording?
Yeah,
Apparently, yes.
that bar means we're recording. Here we go.
Have we been recording this whole time?
No, not nearly enough.
Not nearly enough to give context.
I wasn't
going to
say anything. It's just we did like half a bit about cuckoo clocks.
How many of these sessions have been recorded without my knowing?
This is session 46. How are you
So
guys
roughly that many.
doing? Roughly that many.
God damn it.
So how are you guys doing?
Sick.
Actually, though?
No. Not like sick. Not like, oh, sick. Like,
Well, you gotta check.
Have to ask it.
no, it's important.
It is important to check.
Thank you for clarifying. That's on me.
Kirsten, did you put away the ice cream already?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not
I
gonna
didn't
sit
see
here
it anymore.
eating ice cream while recording stuff. It's bad enough that I consumed dairy before a vocal thing. I'm not gonna do it during.
I didn't know if you were hiding under the
I'm
table
not
from
a monster, Jeffrey.
me. All right. Well, anyway. What do you guys remember from last session?
Hot people.
Oh God. Okay. So
Hot
here's
people.
Yes.
That's true. That was the most important thing. Here's a horrifying thing. I went back and looked at my notes, and it's been roughly a month.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Turns out during the summer when we try and record, people are sometimes just away. Also, all of the weddings are happening.
This is the summer of hella weddings. That is correct.
So, like, a bunch of us have been gone for weddings for one reason or another. So, fun times. But yeah, look at your notes and see if you can.
Look
and
up
despair.
on my notes. Ye mighty and despair.
So, all right, we went to the Phistosen Wastes.
Did do that.
We did that.
Uh-huh.
And we ran into some local fauna,
Yeah.
which was fun, and we only had to kill some of them.
Mhm.
And then we went to the secret. It was like a relay spot.
Yeah, like a relay
Essentially,
tower.
Yeah, that our good doctor wanted to find. And yeah, it sounds like there's stuff to follow up on about that because it was sending signals to other places.
Well, yeah. Also, don't forget that we found that giant ditch thing that there
Oh,
were some
yeah.
drag marks in, and like we went down in it. We're like, it's gonna eat us, but it didn't eat us. It was a good ditch and stayed put.
It was
as
very
just
cryptic.
literally a
are
ditch.
supposed to do. Yes. But there was like a whole sequence of drag marks and repeated drag marks that vaguely went to where we were going. I can't actually remember if they ended up where we were going.
No,
or if we lost
they
the
went
trail, or
off
if they-
into the wilderness or the
Yeah.
wastes.
So that's probably not a problem at all.
yeah, probably not.
One of the two.
And then the hot people showed up.
And
Then the
oh, now I understand what you're
hid
referring
from
to
the hot
when the
people.
hot people.
I asked if they were hot, and Jeff went, huh.
I was very confused who you were referring to because you also met a bunch of bears as well.
Well,
Well,
The Fire Fangs.
You know what?
Specifically,
Oh.
Celine Fire Fang.
Oh,
we
yeah.
Wearing
hid
like
in
a
the bush
gold-
from them for
Yeah.
like 30 minutes. It was great.
Of the Connecticut Fire
You need
Fangs.
to stop doing this, man. Stop. Like, if you have a new person show up, it needs to be one person. They need to be unarmed.
This is too many people.
It's like making friends with like a new cat. You don't like just run all in there with a bunch of people. You hold your hand out slowly, and then the Stars Without Number podcast friends will come over and interact with you when they are comfortable.
I understand. I did spook you guys a little bit where they landed. So yeah, you met Celine Firefang. You talked to her briefly about Arcus was looking for you guys, and she was like, "Arcus,
He's dead.
he's
Been
dead."
for 30 years.
Oh shit, ghosts.
And so you guys have been traveling around with a ghost. That's always fun times.
I have been walking with a ghost.
It's a good song. Great reference.
What?
And so you additionally also met. Does anyone remember the hot people's names?
I sure
No.
do.
Yes.
They're Red and Volker.
Yes, Red and Volker. Volker.
I just have them written down as fighter guy and young person, metallic green lipstick.
Yeah, that's about. I was gonna
And
read
so it's
over.
yeah, if you want to read it, by all means.
So
but
I may have
I think I nailed it.
misrepresented Red. Red is supposed to be like more of an older gentleman, not like
So like
ancient.
a gray fox.
Yeah, like a gray fox.
Mm.
He is
Nice.
he is a fit gray fox.
Hot damn.
Oh,
Excellent.
of the gray foxes.
The Connecticut gray foxes.
From now until further notice, I will be picturing this dude as the main character from Person of Interest because he is also a gray fox.
Oh yes. That's a good reference as well.
He's a fighter.
We're on point today.
I'm just letting people know
Batting
what's
1,000
inside my
with the
head
references, y'all.
via
Good job.
audio. They're probably on a computer. They can look it up.
I'm
Look it up.
interested in this person.
Yes.
So do you guys remember anything else from the conversation that took place between the hot people, the Fire Fangs, and you all?
Absolutely, Jeff.
They were following birds.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
You should have let David take that one.
I'm
to
sorry.
Come up with.
They were following
That's
whelps.
still the best I
Yes,
got.
well, there was a group of whelps that attacked Nova Voxis as well, and they were tracking them into the Phistosen Wastes. And when they came across you guys, they landed briefly to say, like, what's going on here? So I also believe Celine gave you guys a lift back to the ship. So you didn't have to go all the way back with perhaps more spitters and or screamers coming at you all.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And so you guys get dropped off, unless you want to say anything more to Celine. She will just sort of salute and fly off towards the rest of the group.
Alex
guys-
waves.
Just as a reminder, you guys got the four of you, including Claire, as well as Dr. Lucius Leggett, who is now poring over some of this data back and forth. And he says, well, I suppose we should head on back to Nova Voxis then, and I will go over this data here and see what I can glean from it.
Great. Yeah. All set.
Excellent. All right. Tally ho and all that.
We do that.
Yes. So you guys get into your ship and fly back to Nova Voxis. You guys spent probably most of the day out. So as you are heading back, the sun is starting to set over the horizon. There's the orange sort of sunset, and you guys land on the landing pad, and you're given the same sort of instructions from Brian, who is still manning this
Hi.
landing console. Not that Brian,
Brian Toole.
another Brian. Says,
An
"Come on,
unhealthy
guys!"
relationship I have with this bride.
Yeah, and Dr. Lucius Leggett, the bay door of the Phoenix sort of opens up, and Dr. Lucius Leggett, before heading off, says, well, thank you very much. I'll make sure I send you along those 3,000 credits, and we can, I perhaps maybe have more work for you, so perhaps don't go too far, and I will see what more might be done with this information. If that's all right with you all, if you want to keep making money, I have more money to give.
I mean, yeah, I don't think we have anything on a timer, any particular concerns. So, do you want our number?
Sure.
Everybody
what's the best
exchange
way
phone
to
call.
contact?
I will take your combat number. Yes.
It's 5.
Wow.
We got one of the
You got
early
one of
ones.
the early ones, huh?
The oldest compad known to man.
It is a
It's
Motorola
the
Razor.
Actually,
It
the
gets butt
sixth
dialed
oldest combat.
a lot.
People get really confused. They think that it's like a government number, but no, it's just me.
So you guys exchange numbers. He's able to get in contact with you guys again if necessary. And the bay doors open, and you sort of look out, and there's this strange feeling in the air. You look around and you're scanning the entire factory, and the walls of the factory seem empty. As you continue to sort of look around, there's also like less workers on the levels because when you first arrived, it was practically like an ant colony where people were moving past each other. And as you look around, you actually see there's a gathering of people between the landing pad and the wall, which is where you guys were fighting smokers a couple sessions ago. Once you guys step out onto the landing pad, you're able to make out the figures a bit more clearly. The majority of the crowd is Ursum in various forms of armor, similar to the fire fangs that you guys ran into in the wastes. A few people seem to also be dressed as mechanics engineers, probably then people who live and work at Nova Voxis. In the center of this large crowd, it almost has formed a circle around these two. You see two Ursum opposing each other with their claws raised. One is the largest Ursum that any of you have ever seen, with a head as big as Claire's torso and arms and legs built like steel beams. His face is covered in a white fur with black fur on his ears, eyes, nose, and arms. And there's some strange mechanism that seems to sit at the corner of his mouth. And opposing this Goliath of an Ursum, you see a familiar face. It's Arcus. What do you guys do? Well, time to go back to bed, I guess.
Go out to the fringe. It's like a pretty big circle of
there's quite a few people. It seems that not only the group of firefangs that are stationed here are making up this group, but also a slew of engineers that you would have seen working on a bunch of things behind you in the factory itself. But yeah, it's a pretty big crowd, probably somewhere in the order of like 100, 200 people.
Mm-hmm. Or if there's anyone kind of floating around the outside, I'm going to try and like touch one on the shoulder. You're like, hey, hi, hello. What's that? What's going on in there?
So you guys approach. Have you reached out to an Ursum or a regular engineer?
I was thinking Ursum. So yeah.
All right. So you turn around this brown furred Ursum, and they look at you and go, someone that we thought was dead came back around, and Pycleides seems to be not pleased.
Okay, so this isn't like a normal Ursum welcome back kind of pull your claws out kind of. Okay, got it.
This isn't a traditional death circle. Oh God.
And as you guys are having this conversation, it appears the fight has already started. To Arcus's credit, despite the size difference, he appears to hold his own, landing countering blows here and there, but they're far too weak to seem to phase the Goliath of an Ursum. Leeds, after all we've been through, I bled for you. Just let me see her. She deserves to know I'm still alive. The towering Ursum responds, you are not the Arcus I knew. He died on that field in Aeon. You're merely a corpse that forgot him was meant to be dead. Hey, I'm doing an action scene right now, Philip. No, I see you. I see you as I look up from my notes.
Michael will comment. That sounds a little rude.
This is a fight that is happening for real. I think Nona is gonna push her way through the crowd and she's gonna pull out her gun. She's gonna shoot it at the ground.
You're gonna break this up?
I'm going to break this up.
Okay. So Nona pressing herself through the crowd. Actually, can you make a strength exert check, please?
Yes.
Because it is quite a tight circle.
Oh yeah. 100%. Strength exert. Yeah, that's a 4.
Okay, so you're able to start making your way, but you're not immediately able to push all of the way. So as you are trying to push your way through the crowd, the fight continues.
Sure.
Pycleides, you would assume, then goes on the offensive, landing blow after blow on Arcus's small frame. Each hit seems to be more vicious than the last. Quick glance around the crowd, you do find that most of the Fire Fangs that are looking on seem to be cheering on their fearless leader. But there does seem to be a handful, particularly also the one that you reached out to, Micah, that seem to be watching with sort of a grim stoicism. They're not cheering one way or the other. There's just, they don't love what they're seeing. Through a wince, you hear Arcus eke out, "Rodana was right to leave. You're no leader. You're a lying tyrant. And now your people know." Can you make another strength exert check, please?
I can try.
Mike is going to be following behind her as well. It seems like we're doing this.
Oh, that's much better. That's a 10.
Okay. So you were about midway through the crowd, and you have now pressed yourself through this opening. And you are now on the inner ring. And you have armed yourself. And as you go to...
I'm also going to be, as I'm pushing through people, because it is polite, going, "Excuse me, pardon me, just trying to get through here," that sort of thing. So
Yep. And is anyone else joining her?
Yes, I am.
Mike is following.
Alex will get closer to the front, but he's not going to enter the circle.
Okay. So you were going to then shoot the ground then?
Yes.
All right. So as you shoot the ground, the people who all seem to have been focusing on this fight that is happening, they've now turned their focus to where they hear the gunfire. And Arcus as well seems to look over to see what the source of that noise was, and sees you, Nona, and gives you like a quick just, huh?
Yeah.
kind of look.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to shoot, and then as soon as stuff pauses, I'm going to say, "Excuse me, sir. I put a lot of work into fixing those legs, and I would really appreciate it if you did not damage them or the bear they are attached to anymore, please."
And so as you're trying to, there is still a murmur around the crowd. Arcus was the one to notice you, but Pycleides had his back to you and has, in that moment, as that silence grew, came down with all of his might and smacked Arcus right upside the head. And Arcus is sprawled onto the ground.
Alex is going to use an instant action to do invincible stand if he feels like Arcus is about to pass out.
Okay.
From that, and that keeps him standing.
Yeah, this certainly doesn't appear to be some kind of... It seems to be more of a brawl than a fight to the death. But absolutely, you can do that. Is that something that you can do ranged?
Yeah, I took the remote repair that lets me use bionic scion techniques at range.
That's awesome. Remote repair. I love that.
And so Arcus is now sprawled on the ground, and this hulking Goliath of an Ursum turns to look to see where the source of that gunfire was, and then the statement that you made, and says, "Who said that?"
Hi, yes, I'm Nona. It is nice to meet you, Mr. Pycleides.
Pycleides.
Yes. Hi.
And,
Could you stop beating up on him, please?
And so the crowd has gone deathly quiet.
Nona does not notice nor care.
I understand this completely. So as he steps closer to you, you notice that he's a lot bigger. Like, you knew he was big, but also he's tall. He stands around 6'7" or something like that, which I think is about a good foot taller than you ish, Nona.
Yeah,
I think you
that's
actually are
right.
around 5'9", so a little less.
Yeah.
Definitely a foot taller than Micah. So he is just looking down, barreling at you.
Like running at?
No.
Sorry.
He very calmly, with this almost cloaked rage, just, you know, when someone just walks with that very deliberate step, very slowly, but you feel like they're holding themselves back. That's what he's doing. He's not like just sprinting at you. And just until he's about like a foot or two away from you, and looking down at you. And he says, "So what are you going to do about it, you clawless runt?"
Well, I do have a gun, which I have found in the past works a little bit better than claws. Fascinating tip there. I would recommend you actually get one if you're intending to do particular damage to things. But no, I just thought I would ask nicely, and then the rules of civilized behavior say that you should stop because beating up on people is not nice.
Mike, are you adding anything to this, or are you just being like, I'm her bodyguard,
here.
and I'm her bodyguard?
I think she's got this well in hand.
Jeff, I should add, Arcus should be awake.
Yes,
Invisible stance. So he's like,
just
he's just laying down on the ground.
He's playing dead.
He got knocked down, but he has since sort of
Just making sure.
And he's not quite ready to get back up again. But don't worry, they are never going to keep him down.
So Micah is, gonna like cross my arms and say, yeah, but also like silently, invisibly put my telekinetic armor on.
And so very deliberately, Pycleides reaches down for the hand that is holding the pistol.
I'm not going to let that happen.
Okay, are you going? What are you?
I'm going to step backwards and be like, no, sir, this is mine. When I suggested you get a gun, I meant you buy your own with money.
And then he just leans in a little bit and says, "So then use it."
Okay. Just going to point it at him.
All right, make an attack roll. Are you going to actually?
I'm going to point it at him. I'm not going to be like, all right.
Yeah, he just goes, "Do it."
All right. If no one else is going to stop me, I'm going to shoot him.
He did ask.
Let's see here.
I'll also give you advantage because you're like
He's
point blank
standing
and is
right
expecting you to
there.
do it.
Oh, also, I should point out actually something that may change this whole thing. I don't have a pistol
What do you have?
because pistols are lasers and we don't shoot those on this planet, I believe.
Do you not have the other people that has a mag pistol? You have a rifle.
I have a mag rifle.
Okay, so you have a
Same interaction.
Yeah.
I do think I get disadvantage, maybe?
yeah.
So do they cancel out?
So I'll say they cancel out because you have a long barrel that is pointed squarely at this
100%,
Ursum's
yeah.
chest.
So you
Remind
can't
me,
hit
I'm
him.
sorry. What's roll to hit again? Which die? I've got my modifier.
Basically,
D20.
broadside of the barn.
Beautiful. I do think I'm going to attempt to shoot him like in the foot or like not. I'm not going to shoot him in the face.
You're shooting him. Okay.
Like he says, then use it. So I'm going to be like, okay.
Okay,
You told me to do this.
You're shooting
I'm
at
gonna
his
shoot him.
foot then.
Yeah. I
Not
don't want
in
to
his
kill
chest.
him.
Okay.
I don't want to kill him. That would be mean.
Yep.
That is 15 plus 5.
Okay, that hits. Roll for damage.
All right. Oh dear. I hope he did not need that foot. 8 plus 6 plus 5 gives us 19.
Okay, yeah. So you take the rifle and just boom, right into his foot. Doesn't even faze him. After that, he then swipes at you twice.
All right.
Mike, are you going to do anything?
Do I have time to react to that?
I mean, it seems like we're getting.
Not. I'm just asking.
we
like,
haven't rolled
be-
initiative yet.
No,
so
yeah.
I'm
Be,
just-
be ready to.
Yeah.
I assume if we want to get into like a fight with this thing, this guy.
Yes, I'll call him a thing.
So after shooting, he immediately goes on the offensive and takes with his two massive claws, swipes at you. One is a 31 to hit, and the
that'll
other
hit.
one is a 22 to hit.
Those will both hit me.
Okay. One moment, please, as I dig through these dice that I'm not familiar with because I left my dice down in Dixie. Not actually Dixie, but somewhere else. You know.
You're just making it more mysterious. Just stick with this.
Listener's choice.
Okay, that's a total of 17 damage.
All right.
So you shoot his foot, and then he immediately goes on the offensive, clawing twice at you. Probably. What are you currently wearing? You wearing like the same sort of secure armor that you normally wear?
Yeah, I'm just secure clothing.
Yeah, the clothing on top of it is partially shredded from his massive claws. Micah, are you going to do anything immediately?
Yeah, I'm gonna say like, hey, watch it. I'm going to make my armor be visible, which I think I can just do as an on-turn type of thing, with my gun, and I'm going to use a slip field underneath him to try and make him trip and fall over.
Okay. What does he have to do?
That is an evasion saving throw.
Okay. Yes, he makes it.
Okay. Well, I'm still going to have my gun trained on him.
That's fair. All right. So in the course of about 10 seconds or so, this Ursum has approached you, asked you to shoot him. You
And then I
have
shot him.
obliged, and he has quickly attacked in response. The entire group around you, or the other crowd that has been sort of surrounding you, has immediately stepped back, like started pressing back to get away from what is currently happening. And before you're able to get another shot off, he reaches outwards with his arm, and a faint glow in the shape of an upside down triangle comes from beneath his shirt as a glaive possessed by some unseen force flies through the crowd into his outstretched hand. And as the glaive hits his hand, you hear a low booming voice breaking through the crowd that says, "Commander Pycleides." And he's sitting here with just this glaive outstretched in his hand, looking you up and down, puts it down by his side, just sort of, and turns away and starts walking away.
Well, that was a very confusing interaction.
You all right? Looks like he had some muscles on him.
Not doing so great, but
Still
we'll be fine.
standing for now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go check on Arcus if no one stops me.
And before Pycleides completely leaves, he shouts over his shoulder, "You should have stayed dead, Arcus. And if you come back, I'll make sure you stay that way. Firefangs, move out." And at that, the Ursum crowd starts to clear out. A few do hesitate as they look upon the broken Arcus. One thing that you didn't realize with that final blow, but his cybernetic arm appears to be broken and is hanging, just dangling from its circuitry. And after a few short moments, Arcus sits up and just, with tears in his eye, just rips the cybernetic arm.
Wait, I couldn't fix that.
No, but he needs to be a dramatic bitch.
Son of a...
Rips the cybernetic arm in half and lets out this melancholic roar. All right. And that is the last thing that sort of happens. What do you guys do?
Well, yeah, we're going to make sure he's okay.
Fuck was that guy's problem?
Alex unconsciously lets go of Invincible Stand, so if he was knocked out before, he's knocked out again.
He does actually fade a little bit at that. Not enough to fully go out, but there was some presence within him that allowed him to do what he did, but now he does seem to be very low. He doesn't immediately talk to any of you, just is looking down at his broken arm. And you also notice that like that was the end of the fight. He had definitely been in this like before you guys had landed and has some bruises and gashes. One of his cheeks is puffed up so much that it seems to close his eye.
We should probably get him to a med bay. Tamar, come on, big guy.
Is
Somewhere-
there a better one here?
Is
or-
there not? Do we not have like a hospital doctor? I mean, I know we have Alex, but like with supplies.
Who
Is-
you asking?
Fair, I was trying to remember. I guess we haven't hung out here very much.
That is correct. Yes. We basically only know the doctor and the leader. Of
All
this
right,
thing.
I'll try. There are like some human engineers around that
Yeah.
are still like dispersing. Like, hey, is there a doctor around here? We could get him too.
Oh, yeah. And
I'm a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
Hooray!
Yeah, a couple of people are able to point you to the direction, and it actually is, in fact, seems to point towards Dr. Lucius Leggett's
Oh no.
place.
Is he a medical doctor?
We're contemplating letting Arcus die now.
I don't want to see this man again for a little bit.
We just got rid of him.
Well, all right.
Yeah. All right.
Alex is gonna wait until the crowd is like pretty much fully dispersed before walking over to Arcus.
Yeah, it does take a little bit, probably a couple of minutes. There are definitely some Ursum that stuck around, and you don't have to make any skill check to know that some of them are they're not entirely sure how to parse what they saw, and they're not entirely sure where their specific allegiances lie, but they all do eventually move out.
All right.
Cool.
Then Alex will go over then. Has Arcus just been like kind of sitting there like unmoving for a little bit?
Yeah, in fact, out of as much as he possibly can, because one of his eyes is closed up, you do see these sort of wet fur coming from the corner of his eyes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see out of that eye for a little bit. Do you want me to bleed it?
No, I can. I'll have a black eye, whatever.
I mean, you would have a black eye regardless. This is just kind of, you know what? No, it's all right. You're down an arm. I think you realize that. Can you stand up? Do you need a moment?
Yeah.
You want some water?
Yeah. He reaches out his good arm. Does someone take it to help him up?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Please do.
Please help! Please help this
Just
poor
that.
broken bear.
I'm gonna if his broken arm is still on the ground, I'm going to pick it up and inspect it to see what I can do about fixing it. Can we make him better, stronger?
We can remake him.
Can I add more lasers?
If I shake the arm, does it look like it's waving?
Oh,
Yes,
no.
yes,
Oh.
it does. Yeah, you take a quick look at this. It's very clear what the cause of the break was. It was like this blunt force. Some of the metal is very warped, so you would probably have to work that and then fuse parts of it back together. For the most part, like the intricate circuitry is okay, it appears. It's mainly just those big hits definitely broke the body of it. So something that you could probably put back together, although in your estimation, it would likely not be as strong as it once was, because like if you weld a piece of metal back together, it's not going to be as strong as it when it was first one piece.
Go.
Yeah. So, yeah, you look at that. Micah, you reach out a hand, and he is able to grab it with his good arm and pull himself up. I might need a little help. The knee joint in my right leg is a bit touchy right now. And as he goes to sort of flex it, it has a much shorter range of motion than you would normally associate with a knee. Such that it's more like he's walking with a stilt. Oh, sorry, not a stilt. A stick or something,
Sure.
like a peg leg, rather than having that full range of motion.
Is that a quick fix?
That seems like, yeah, that there's just some things that got moved a little bit. So
I would like to fix that.
right now,
I mean, I asked if it was that was the sort of judgment call that I was asking.
It's a quick fix, as in you can fix it probably within an hour.
Oh,
probably
okay.
not
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
maybe
no.
get him back to your the ship.
Oh, we're
if
going
that's
the
where
ship?
you're,
Yeah,
if
kick
that's
him
where
in
you're
the
going.
knee.
Are you
Will it pop
going
him back
to
in place?
Dr.
Yeah,
Lucius
yeah.
Leggett?
I mean, that's if there's where they're medical. I don't
Alex
think we
would
have much medical
suggest
stuff.
bringing him back to the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. We will follow your lead on that.
Yeah, let's bring him back to the ship.
Thanks. I don't have another place to stay.
Yeah, well,
We did let the scientist man use your room, I believe. So,
he
there
did
might
not.
be
was-
strange science things in there.
He was barely in that
Yeah, I
room.
don't think he
was-
really ever went into that room. In fact, I think he probably stayed in the bridge and just talked Nona's ear off,
Yeah,
which seems
Is that a quick
appropriate.
fix? Can I put that back?
Yes.
It was
No,
perfect.
that one you just need like
Okay, it's kind of mushy.
some distance from him for a little bit and it's fine.
Okay. Psychic damage.
when we're going back to the ship, Alex will go, Claire, can you get a towel and put some ice in it, please?
Yeah, I can do
Wet the towel, make it cold.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
We've got new water.
We have
got
amazing water
better
pressure.
water pressure now.
All right.
So, whereabouts are you taking him into his old bedroom, like the kitchen / living area?
Probably the kitchen where you can like actually
Yeah.
sit up and not lay down.
Okay, yeah. And you start tending to him. Claire was able to get that ice and cold water.
I'm actually gonna put off fixing his robot parts and go fix me.
Yeah. How much life do you have left?
5.
Oh boy.
I know. I did great. Don't even worry about it. I'm amazing.
Yeah. You're able to. Nona, how do you excuse yourself? Do you maybe say like, I'm gonna go work on this thing now, or just
I'm just
like,
gonna leave. I'm just
That's
put
fair.
it down.
You don't,
I don't
need
need
excuses.
excuses. I'm Nona.
Oh, put this
just
wire
like-
back in my head.
There you go. I put him down and then I just straight up just walk away.
Mhm.
Because that is how I roll.
So it is Micah,
Claire.
Claire, and Alex then with Arcus in the living room.
Alex is gonna start concussion checks. A little flashlight that he like has Arcus follow around for a little bit.
He does appear to have a mild concussion.
That's normal. He turned Alex turns the flashlight off. Of course he does. It's all right.
Yeah, thanks for breaking that one up. I'm not entirely sure I would have been able to last much longer there.
I didn't do anything. You have to talk to Nona.
Does not seem like he was happy to see you. Maybe a little surprised.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't remember much after I stepped on that mine, but next thing when I woke up, I was on Orisiame. Don't really know why I was left there. But it's pretty clear Pycleides was one of the ones to ask to do that, I suppose.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know. Probably because I don't know.
Because of
I'm not the same bear that I once was. I don't know.
What does that mean?
Turns out stepping on a mine's not great for your coordination. He's been known to let people go for less when they're not able to contribute.
Got it.
Got it. Yeah.
And
It doesn't seem like a very nice guy. I can imagine how he runs some organization like that, but kind of seems like a dick.
Yeah, I grew up with him. He was a strong leader, but a tough one. As he winces, testing out like some of the bruises.
don't poke those.
Sorry.
Just leave them.
If Nona's tending to her own repairs, I'll try and poke around his legs a little bit, can't do as good a job of it as you can, but
That's fair. It will take me roughly 30 minutes, so I'll be back eventually.
All right. Yeah. So, if you need any time, I think we'll be hanging around for a little bit longer. You're welcome to hang out here for a little bit while you get your bangs again. This person you were trying to talk to, you didn't get a chance?
No, she's out doing some mission. I wasn't able to get a good understanding where she is. I don't know if she knows that I'm back, that I was ever dead, that she was okay with me being dead. Yeah.
well, look, I mean, if Bicleides doesn't really want you walking around here too much, we could try and ask around about her. Maybe try and track her down for you. I mean,
Thank you.
if you-
I really appreciate that. Actually, there's one other thing. My stuff got left out there, I think. The sheer rifle and
No.
my clothes. Probably somewhere by the landing pad. If one of you could get it, moving's a little hard right now.
yeah, sure. I'll go jog over and pick up his things.
Yeah, it is exactly where he said it seemed to have been flung under the landing pad kind of haphazardly. It is just sort of that big green canvas bag that he slung over his shoulder, and nothing out of the ordinary. You would assume that the sheer rifle is probably in with his stuff, and you were able to retrieve that just fine. Do you guys want to keep talking to him, or are you just sort of going to let him rest? It is starting to become early evening now. The sun has set, and the stars have come out.
Yeah, Alex will keep him sitting most of the time and like grab a beer for him or something. Just doesn't want him to like lay down or fall asleep or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But drinking's fine.
But have a beer. You're a bear. You're fine.
Fine.
You can have.
You got a pretty high
you can have a
constitution.
beer.
I think
Yeah.
after 30 minutes has passed, I would then come back and start working on fixing his whole deal to whatever degree it can be done.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. You'd probably start with the legs so it could move around a little bit better.
That makes sense.
Also, they're the easier things to fix. The arm is going to maybe take
a
some
while.
time.
Sure.
What else are people doing? Are people just sort of hanging around while Nona does this? Claire is sitting in the general area, not really making much conversation, just hanging out. All right, cool. So I mean, yeah, I just want to make sure you guys didn't want to do anything. So Nona, as you're working on his legs, he goes, thanks, Nona. Question for you. How comfortable are you with cybernetics?
Fairly, I believe. I've had some practice at this point.
And he starts rummaging through his bag and he takes out his sheer rifle. Do you think you could make my arm something with this?
I have no idea, but yes.
In
I
your
will- I will look
estimation
at
of
it,
your
yes.
ability, you think that it is something that you could certainly do. Not immediately,
Yes.
but you do believe that this is something that you could theoretically do.
This has broadened my world. You can
I'm going to
point
make
guns
this bear
in
Samus
arms.
with a big ass gun hand.
Amazing. Yes. I do believe I can accomplish this. Let me see what I can do.
And he goes on to say, I don't have anything to really pay you for, but maybe if I don't know, help you guys out with maybe some of your jobs or something like that, I can give you the money that I would get for this.
Fair enough. And also, you can help protect us from the giant bear man.
Byclides?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a bit of an asshole, isn't he?
That was not pleasant.
No, I was on the receiving end of that as well.
Yes. I'm very confused. He told me to shoot him, and then I did. And then he attacked me for no reason.
Oh, there was a reason.
He wanted to show you that you with a gun was weaker than him with nothing.
I see. Well, we shall have to fix that.
Ergo, bit of an asshole.
Perhaps next time I shall bring 2 guns.
Next time, can you not do that?
But he told me to.
He had that.
the whole thing, but
Yeah.
that's not that way that was happening.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
And
Cool.
I think it's good you stepped in. I mean, like, Jesus, look at him. Like,
Yeah,
maybe,
well-
maybe, I don't know. Like, maybe we made an enemy here, but he was going to, like, fucking kill Arcus or something. I don't think we did.
I think if Arcus was going to die, no offense, Arcus, he'd be dead. And I think that Nona, if that had gone a little bit more poorly or a little bit longer, you guys would be as well. From what I was saying, maybe not. And yeah, it's the right thing to do, but fuck. Right? The general in front of all of his men? You know, what do you think? You kill the commander and, Commander Nona, take control of the hot teeth.
Firefangs.
I said what I said.
Is that an option?
Is it? I don't think so, but it doesn't make
We
sense to
should
me. I
check.
feel like it's kind of like they'd be like, get her.
Oh.
There hasn't been a ton of Firefangs killing the commander to become said commander. Oftentimes the commander dies in battle, and then there is a tournament that selects the next one.
Okay.
Neat.
So,
You know, like an anime.
amazing.
We go to the
Like a
tournament.
tournament.
Arc is training for the tournament arc.
Gotta do a montage. Okay, so to clarify what we are saying, one should probably not shoot people even if they tell you to shoot them.
Is most of the time people aren't in a situation where somebody asks them to shoot them, and there's a lot of situations that could happen in. It's preferable, in my opinion, to never be in that situation in the first place.
I think if someone is okay with you trying to shoot or stab them, they're either crazy or they know that it's not going to hurt them. And, you know, rolling those dice is certainly an option.
Also, was
Now they're
Pike Lady
dice and
psionic? Is that a thing, Arcus? Is that
No, he
bound?
has some implants. If cybernetics, the corner of his mouth, there's an artifact that is passed down between commanders that if you saw the corners of his mouth, you can light his mouth on fire, hence fire
the
fang.
fangs.
Get it now.
I feel like
no,
that would
that's-
just hurt.
That, yeah. You have to have a pretty strong constitution to put your mouth on fire.
Sure.
The other thing is part of his power suit. He wasn't wearing it, but that glowing triangle thing is like a key for turning it on. So when it lights up, it sort of like flies to him, and he can dictate what parts fly to him. He's got a glaive.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Jeff, did you make an Iron Man bear?
Iron Man Thor Bear.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Excuse you.
Sorry, my bad.
Coming to theaters in 2024.
Oh man, they're adapting Iron Man Thor Bear? That's gonna be so sick. One last thing, not to get into kind of the politics of everything. What was that voice that stopped the commander?
It's been a while since I've heard him, but that's probably Barry.
Yes.
You're fucking kidding me.
Yes.
Like the god of bears.
His name's Barrington. His short name is Barry.
Barry Barrington the bear.
He's part of Pycleides' Sun Guard. I was as well. The three of us grew up together. He was probably the only one who could have stopped him.
He was in the crowd, or
I assume I was focused more on Pycleides punching me than looking at every single familiar face that I saw in the crowd.
all right, that's fair.
Sorry.
No,
That-
absolutely. I feel that. It's very warranted. What's his why'd he stop it? Is it more of like a I don't know. It doesn't matter. You don't we're making you talk a lot.
my best guess is it's not great
Optics.
optics for the job. Would hurt the fire fangs if he looks up at you, Nona, you're probably still working on his legs. If he cut you down, Nona, probably wouldn't do great for the job that they're doing here for Nova Voxis. And, generally, in order for the Fire Fangs to keep going, they need to make money somehow. They do a little raiding here and there, but they do try and be a little bit more on the up and up by being mercenaries. It's a very gray area. But yeah, not great optics, probably.
I understand that.
All right. If you guys don't mind, do you think I can maybe close my eye for a little bit? Try and get some rest.
I mean, try to give it a couple more hours. I'll check in on you, but I mean, try to stay away. You want some coffee? We'll put on the TV.
Sure.
Chill out that way. Try not to fall asleep. Stay seated up. Let me know if you start feeling nauseous, lightheaded, anything like that. You
Will
have my
do.
compact number. It's 5.
It's a really easy one to remember.
You know what? It's like I'm surprised I haven't gotten more random calls. But it's been pretty good so far. It is a new combat.
All right.
All right.
So, unless there's more things that you guys want to do.
I can't remember if I have installed the Find My Friend app on Arcus's phone or not. I don't think so. I would like to request
I don't think he's given
to do
you
this.
his phone.
Yes.
So, what are you requesting of him exactly?
I have this app that allows me to find my friends in times of trouble. You seem like a friend. I would like to put this on your phone.
And he reaches into his bag for his compad and reaches out to you. Yeah, sure.
I do that.
All right.
I download it from the Space App Store.
Because you added it to the Space App
I
Store.
did not actually add it to the Space App Store. We
You
had a
have just a bunch
discussion
of
about
random
this.
downloads.
We had a discussion.
Who are all these friends?
Excuse me, please remove. You are not a friend.
There's just a local app. It's called Mother Mary. When you find yourself in times of trouble, Mother Mary, come to me.
Yeah. So, are you guys? Do you have any more questions for Arcus? Are you going to do anything more for him? For the most part, I think he wants to. Well, it was not the exact right word, but something
Roughly.
adjacent to that. Claire has been just off to the side watching things. Are you guys going to do anything more for tonight, either between the 3/4 of you, not including Arcus, or are you just going to turn in? Because it is night now.
I have so many projects, Jeff.
Yes, I'm fully aware.
I
What
would like
about
to
what
do
about
more.
Micah and Alex?
I have a question for you, Jeff.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe a reminder. Which one of Arcus's arms was the cybernetic one?
The right one, I believe.
the
That
right one.
better be right.
Because so
Gonna make me look up which of these. are.
obviously this joke has been made before, but maybe never so appropriately when he wants to get a gun installed on his right arm. It's the right to bear arms.
Fantastic.
It's
that That's got to be the name of the episode.
Write it down.
Barrage.
It's amazing.
That's a good one.
Oh my god,
That's been eating at me for the last like 5 minutes.
That's amazing.
All right. That has been written down. That is the name.
That's the name of the series now. Screw 7 stars.
There's a spin-off that's going to be starring Arcus. For the first time in a while, Alex has found himself planet-side and not under imminent threat of death, so he wants to find a bar.
Okay, cool. Are you going to go out and ask people, or are you just going to wander about?
Alex is going to pull up space Google Maps and is going to look for like a 3 to 4 star cheap establishment.
Okay.
Do they have space Google Maps on Nova Voxis?
Yes,
or
they do have
locations of things like classified information.
You could probably get some. They probably don't have space Google Maps here because they're so secluded from each other.
Is there a version of Yelp called Scream?
Yeah,
No,
sure.
Because in space, no one can hear
In
that.
space, no one can hear the scream.
So yeah, you go on the
Feeling
Scream
everything,
app,
he just kind of looks around for like a dive bar.
and you see a place that has like a solid 2.5 stars named the Pressure Barrel.
Oof.
Perfect.
It is also the only bar.
It is also one of the only bars.
Perfect.
It turns out if they have a captive audience, they don't really have to be all that good.
Because 2.5 is bad.
2.5 is bad.
That's like the owners are putting in 5s and everybody else is quite disappointed.
So yeah, you're able to find one. Anyone else on the ship going to be doing anything? Micah?
Yeah, if Alex is wandering around looking for a bar, I might ask him if he'd welcome some company. If you want to be alone, that's all right. But like, I'm not switching into character. Like,
I mean,
go. But if you want your space, that's totally cool. That's totally fine.
You can come. The only time we've been to a bar was like the first day we met each other. So, I mean, like it can be it out. If we're doing a thing though, we should like ask Nona. Claire's underage, right? I don't know how age works here. He shouldn't have a beer yet, though.
I don't think so.
I'm 17.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I probably shouldn't have a beer.
Some like cool parents might be like, "Oh, glass of wine at home," but I'm not taking you to a bar. It's like,
So I stay on the ship with Arcus then?
space parents.
I mean,
I don't think he's really in like. He's not going to do anything.
I was honestly intending to stay in for the night if we want a group. I'm conflicted because group bonding time, but also
Nona, do you want to stay in the ship? Like,
yes,
that's
I will.
also totally fine.
I will keep an eye on the house, as it were.
Okay. Yeah. Just check in on Arcus. You know, if he starts falling asleep, wake him up and make sure that he like wakes up. And if he doesn't, please call me.
Okay, I can stay with him, chat.
Great. Okay.
Cool. That's
Cool.
the plan.
So before we go off and do the bar, no, you have so many projects.
I know, but I really want to turn on EDI 246.
Okay, so you have built the armature that he is going to be in, as well as like the ability to like insert those data banks, right?
That was the idea. Yes,
Yep.
I wanted to put him back together the way he was roughly on the ship. I don't have any mechanical arms waving out of nowhere, but
Yeah, absolutely. So you feel, and this is it disembodied, or are you giving him the body of one of your robots?
I wanted to talk to him first and see if he wanted to be put into the body of the robots. So
Sure.
right now, just disembodied, I'm guessing box of some sort.
Yep. So a disembodied box.
So I've hooked it up to a speaker and a microphone and all that good stuff
Yep.
so we can chat.
And so you plug him in. You see the numbers start a flowing, the zeros and ones.
The only two numbers that us computers know.
And you see some lights start a blinking, and you hear EDI, Eddie, say, "Hello, how are you doing today? I can't see anything."
Oh, yes, I am sorry for that. I wanted to... Hello. my name is Nona. First of all, I believe we have an acquaintance in common, Dr. Samantha Calvin.
Oh. I just saw her again recently.
Yes. Well, I just wanted to have a brief conversation with you because the area you were in was not suitable for mechanical beings to be living in anymore. So we have relocated you outside of that, and I would like to know if you would like a humanoid body?
I haven't been asked that before. One side note, it sure is dark in the void. I normally am able to see out the different various cameras around the lab, but right now I don't have any of those senses.
Gonna grab a spare USB camera and plug it into him so he can shut.
I've acquired a new emotion. I shall call it fear.
I'm going to do that. I'm
You
assuming
plug
I
it like a
have one.
webcam?
Yeah, just like a straight up webcam. I'm assuming I have one of those.
Mhm.
My entire room is just spare parts.
Yeah, so you plug in a webcam and you see it start to do like it's turning on thing where it
Yeah.
like moves
Cycles through
around,
all the
cycles through
stuff.
all the
Oh,
things,
yeah.
and you see it like focus in and out, and then you see it start to sort of look around as if it's scanning the environment.
Hello. Yes. Hi.
I'm confused. You described yourself as Nona, but you're Dr. Samantha Calvin, are you not?
No, we just appear very, very similar.
I see.
Hello.
Hello. As for the body,
I was thinking this one, and I I think mostly this one.
It's like a corpse.
Do you want this? Yes, it is actually probably quite disturbing.
I have moved arms before, but I have not tried to balance on legs. That certainly will be a experience, one that I have not yet had.
Is this desirable?
Yes.
Okay.
Acquired a new emotion. I shall call it lust.
Look at my legs.
Please hold. I am going to attempt to install him into this body that
All
I
right.
have made.
How are you affixing the hard drive effectively bay to this machine? Are you like gutting it out and trying to fit it within its torso, or is it just sort of like
I was thinking kind of
jury
backpack,
rigged?
actually.
Okay, so like a backpack or
Yeah.
something like that. Okay, cool. So you get that all set up, and once again you flip it on.
I would like to recalibrate it to account for the extra weight at the back, so we
Sure.
don't turn it
Yeah,
on
yeah.
and it immediately falls over.
And I assume you also like turn him on, like sitting down and
Yes,
stuff like
all
that.
that stuff.
As for this particular armature, does it have any weapons
I have
on it?
specifically, I think we discussed this before, but I have specifically removed weapons from it
Mhm.
for this particular test run. I wanted to, I believe.
This was
I
one of the
don't
security
exactly
bots with
remember.
the stun baton, right?
Yes, I believe so. That's
Okay.
right. One of the pre-screen ones.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you flip them on, and you notice that there's sort of some initialization as he tries to figure out exactly how to balance. He says, "This is interesting. This is a lot more difficult than I was led to believe. How are you able to just stabilize on two legs?"
Well, as I understand it, walking is actually very controlled falling.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
This is fascinating.
I know, right?
And he tries to stand up as he sort of wobbles back and forth. Yes, this will do quite nicely.
I am so happy right now.
I'm so worried. Edie's gonna kill all of us.
most likely, but let's save that worry for another day.
I will attempt walking now.
I will
Yep,
attempt
effectively that.
murder now. Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, even though it's very clear that this is his first time trying to organize and like move a body like this, he is never in a place where you feel that he is imminently going to fall over. It's very clear that it's like he's doing like a little step program where it's
Yeah.
like, first I'm going to try and sit up without like walking around and moving around too much. And then he's going to like go to his knees and just try and just generally work it out until over the course of like And if you can obviously interact with him during this time, but like over the course of probably about 30 minutes to an hour, he's eventually able to stand and walk a little bit funky. I will get the stride down eventually. I want to make sure it looks good for everyone else.
Oh no, he's going sexy.
He's gotta be the hottest robot in the space ship.
The rhythm and the rhyme, the funk and the time.
They
it
move
finds
me.
So Nona, why do you look so much like Dr. Samantha Calvin?
You know, I am not particularly certain. I think I am most likely one of her descendants.
I see. How long has she been gone?
A long while.
I see.
I have not actually figured out the exact amount of time, but would we say roughly 600 years?
Roughly 600 years.
Okay, I'm going to say roughly 600 years.
Wow. For a machine, that doesn't really mean a whole lot. But, you know, comparatively, I suppose, to like a human lifespan, that's quite large.
That's my understanding as well, yes.
Excellent. Well, Nona, what are we going to do?
Well,
You and I with our legs.
I now have legs. I
am
can
mobile.
leave this room.
Yes, you can. I would suggest, I do believe that we are currently on a ship.
I see.
Yes.
A starship.
A starship. That is correct. I have not quite figured out yet, but I do believe outside may be a little bit dangerous. I got attacked by an Ursum today, and so I'm not quite sure why yet. And until I figured that out, we maybe either stay on the ship or we go out in groups.
Okay.
Yes?
But I can leave the room.
Yes. In fact, I would love to take you and introduce you to two of my ship comrades.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to do that.
I don't meet very many people. I really only know Dr. Samantha Calvin and you, Nona. That
Yes.
looks like Dr. Samantha Calvin. It will be fun to meet new people that are not, in fact, Dr. Samantha Calvin or look like Dr. Samantha Calvin. Although I do remember the last time she visited, she brought three friends with her. Let's go.
All right. Did we bring for three friends? Was Claire there?
Claire was there, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't think we saw Claire.
Even
so
Eddie.
quiet.
Like,
Claire is always there. Eddie also
Claire's always
forgot.
there. Yeah. No, that's
the
fine.
small one frightened me.
She seemed to mumble in the corner.
I don't like this Five Nights at Freddy crossover. Like,
And so you take a little.
Given that is the case, I was under the impression that Claire was not there the first time. Given that is the case, we are going to have a conversation about how last time was actually also me.
Okay.
So that's going to be before we go and talk to these people, I do need to confess something to you.
Yes.
The last time you interacted with Dr. Samantha Calvin, that was also myself.
I don't understand.
Well, you see,
Uh-huh.
the last time you were turned on was roughly, what is it, Jeff? 3 days ago? A week? What are we talking, like a month? Something like that?
It was
Let's
a
talk
jump from
star dates here.
Mauritiame, another
Yeah.
jump, and then
Whatever.
like 2 days. It was like a couple of weeks at this point.
Yes. I give him roughly that information.
I see.
I was a bit afraid for my life, and I was worried that if you did not think I was Dr. Samantha Calvin, you might attack me, and that would have been bad.
So this is what betrayal feels like. Well, I suppose there's nothing else to be done of it. You did give me this body, which was quite nice.
You did say you wanted to see the sea, right?
And you did remove me from that awful prison that I once was in.
That was the goal, yes.
Lying to someone for their betterment. This is a good lesson to learn.
Yes.
Edie will remember that.
Shall we go?
This is going to be the blind leading the blind, isn't it?
Basically,
I'm
yes.
just going to go on
The
his
blind
song.
leading the
I'm
blinder.
going to tell him about Grarg and how he will take care of people with knives. I'm going to tell him how not to use the woman card except in emergencies. All of the lessons I have learned shall now be his.
I'm just waiting for EDI 141, not 141, 246 to go.
We don't talk
Just
about
because I'm a woman.
I would be like, I taught him that.
All right, so you guys are
Yeah,
having.
so we're basically Claire, and I would like to eventually go introduce him to Claire and Arcus. But if you also want to jump to the
we're
others,
going to
that's
jump to
fine,
the
too.
other thing. So you guys have found the pressure barrel. It is quite large, but somehow still feels like a hole in the wall. Like there are just mismatched tables just all around. There are chairs that some are just crates that are not really chairs, but like just it's really ramshackle and put together. It does appear that at one point, as you look around, that this could have been like a work floor of some kind. Like there's these big, massive vats that are pushed against the wall, possibly brewing things now, but possibly was repurposed from the machinery that exists within the factory itself. You have a makeshift bar counter in front of you, and you see just a couple of people who seem to be taking orders from there. You also have a bunch of bar stools of varying heights, some of which are the same height, some of which are way too short to be bar stools, and anyone who would want to sit in them would only have like their chin above the counter itself. So a very mishmash of things, and it's very clear that this was at one point repurposed from something else.
Okay. Who's here? Is it like busy? And I'm also looking for, are there Ursim and humans as well, or is it just like one or the other?
It does appear to be mostly. Let me rephrase. It does appear to be almost entirely humans.
Okay.
Almost entirely. No, it is entirely humans. You don't see any fire fangs. You don't see any torques or anything like that. So you would assume most of the people here are locals.
Okay.
Okay.
That's something.
It's pretty full. It does appear to be after work. So this is like one of the go-to places. So it's not super busy due to the size of it. It's still quite open, but there's probably around 50 people around, some at the counter, some hanging out in the corner playing with some pipe wrenches.
As you do.
As you do.
That's good.
I hit you on the head once, and then you hit me on the head once.
I hit you on the head once and you're dead. Oh no, Timmy.
So yeah, that's what you guys find.
Great. Alex goes to the bar.
And you come up to the bartender who has just is semi-caked in oil and grease and stuff like that. Very clearly an engineer. And he says, "All right, what can I get you guys?"
What do you have?
Well, we have a couple of different versions of our refined methanol from the Phistosen Wastes.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
All right. What level do you guys want? Do you want like?
Have you got like Space Sam Adams? Do you get that?
Oh, that imported stuff?
I'll just do the methanol.
All right. Yeah. All right.
This is my first time having one. Give me a small one that you most want to watch me drink, and then give me one that you think I might actually like.
All right.
Or will actually be able to
Should I
get.
tell you which one's which?
Put the worst one in the small one, please.
Okay. Same for you?
Nah, I've got this headache. Give me something that'll make me not feel that.
Okay. One, no headache. One, something that I think you like. And one small.
To entertain you.
Entertain me. Excellent. Love it. And he goes off into like 3 separate vats and starts turning the spigots on them as just a clear liquid comes out of every single one of them. And he puts a tall glass, not a tall glass. It is like a it's clearly like a sipping drink. One of them, there's more stout glasses. He hands each one of you one, and then one in a shot glass he gives to you, Alex.
All right, sipper or a shooter?
This one, and he points to the stout glass, is a sipper. The other one, that's a shooter.
All right. Alex grabs it and he taps the shot glass twice and goes, "Great." And then he takes the shot.
All right. How experienced is Alex with drinking?
Alex has drank a lot in his life, but he's probably never had this.
Yeah, this is...
And not in a while.
Whoo, it is like fire pouring down your throat. There's just... Throughout the rest of the evening, you just feel this kind of radiating feel from your throat and the back of your mouth.
Alex starts coughing. He fist on the bar. He stands up a little bit and makes sure that the bartender is like laughing.
He is having a good old chuckle.
Okay, no, that's great.
Yeah.
Is that the worst one?
Yeah, that one's probably the worst one. Although these guys, they'll have like one or two and then be good for the night.
The one?
Yeah.
The stout glasses of...
You all right?
Yeah.
You gonna puke?
No.
All right. I'd say you did pretty well then.
Okay. Maybe also a little bit of water, please.
All right. And he goes over to another one of these vats, which they don't appear to be labeled any differently from one another. It seems that they just need to keep it in memory, and pours it out, and it's just another clear liquid that he puts in another cup. Although this one is probably a lot taller than the other ones that he gave you.
Thank you.
We don't have any ice cubes, sorry.
No, totally fine. No, yeah, I've only been here for a little bit, so it's a good welcome. I did see, did you see the thing that was happening at the landing pad earlier with the...
oh, yeah, those two Ursum going at it?
What are they? The fire...
The fire fangs, yeah.
Do you know anything about what the fuck was happening?
Oh,
Is that normal? Like, Death Circle?
No. The death circles are not normal things that happen around here, although it was certainly very entertaining. I'm sure a lot of the engineers got off and watched it as well. Best rumors I had it was I think that was the Firefang's commander, and someone that the Firefang's commander really didn't like.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't see any of them here. Where are they? What part of town do the Firefangs go?
Oh, they've got their own sort of little section hollowed out. It was a warehouse for a little bit, but there's too much of them to house them out where the rest of the folks in Nova Voxis live. So we moved some of the stuff out of the warehouse and they parked there. There were some around, like the other nights they've been around, but maybe they're getting a talking to right now or something. I'm not sure.
So a couple people do come here.
Oh yeah. They really like the stuff that in that short glass there. They take to that like, what is it? Frogs to water,
Frogs to water,
bird to air.
I'll
Water
cheers to that.
Fish to water. That's
Fish
it.
to water, and Alex will take a sip of the other less horrible drink.
Mike, are you just sort of looking at your drink right now?
I'm contemplating a lot of things, including whether I want to drink this. But yeah, I'll clink it to Alex's whether or not he reciprocates, and then do a glug.
Are you're just going for it?
I'm not gonna like chug the whole thing, but I will take bigger than a small sip.
Okay. It's a lot. It does appear to be sweeter than you assume what was given to Alex, something to cut through that burning sensation. It's definitely still more of a sip and drink. All of these are kind of being served at room temperature, neat. So yeah.
Refined methanol. They took alcohol and they made it into a different kind of alcohol.
Just they soaked some berries in it or something.
Berry?
You taste a little bit of elderflower.
They soaked berry in it.
Oh
Essence
no.
of berry.
Essence of berry.
All right, it's fine.
It's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, it's
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. Yeah. So,
Yeah, it really hits the spot, doesn't it?
for sure.
It's a spot.
It definitely hits.
And he has a good chuckle and heads off to handle some more orders.
God, this thing is fucking vile.
Yeah, no, like 2.5 does not cover this. Sucks.
All right, that's fine. It's okay. Shit. Great.
All right. Well, he saying that like some of the Firefangs come around here sometimes.
Sometimes. I'm trying to figure out if it's worth going on a bar crawl. I want to leave word with somebody, either this Barrington person or was the name Mara? Is that the one?
Was it Myri?
It's Myri.
Mari.
Mari?
Mari.
I have an extra I in there.
Right in the
somewhere.
middle.
Yeah. Mahri. Mari.
Noted.
If we can find somebody friendly to send word, avoid Pike Leadys altogether, and I don't know, maybe do something for Arcus anyway. He's not in the. Oh, sorry, it just came back up. Yeah, he was not in the good way.
Yeah, I'm down to look around some more, see if we can find someone friendly enough. Probably shouldn't go doing that by yourself, so I'm definitely game.
Yeah, it happens. All right, well.
A lot of angry bears, it seems like.
Yeah, if you charge
Especially-
into the middle of the rest of them. And
Yeah,
like,
all right. I mean,
let me fuck you up.
What were you gonna do? Were you just gonna like let him get beat up?
Alex takes a sip of his drink.
All right, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna try and be cautious.
Yeah, no, that's
Well,
fine.
I'll work
Perfect. It's
around
great.
here. Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
No, not at all. Please. All right. I am going to finish this before I try to leave.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the people
how
with the
mu-
pipe wrench are like really looking at me, so I don't appreciate that.
They just keep hitting each other on the
It's
head.
really upsetting.
They do have like hard hats on, so they're like, all
that's
right,
a
here we go,
key
here we go.
thing.
Boonk.
That is a key detail.
All right. Alex is happy to like shoot the shit as he finishes the rest of his drink, but otherwise,
Do we have to pay money for this?
Yeah, it's just a couple of credits. Couple of credits each.
Fine.
So you guys, you done going to the bar?
yeah, Alex got a little bit more of information he was looking for.
Cool. So we can skip back to Nona is gingerly getting EDI 141, almost walking like a baby with like the
246.
246. I keep messing them up with
You
ADM
can just call
141.
him Eddie if you want.
Yeah. Getting Eddie to walk down the hall. He does have his arms out to sort of help balance himself, walking a little bit like a toddler learning how to walk. But you walk down the hallway from your, I assume, bedroom / workshop
Yes.
into the common area in the kitchen. And Arcus, meanwhile, is kind of sitting up, just sipping the Space Sam Adams. Claire's with him on the couch, sort of on the other end of the couch, with not Atlas, Argos acting as a lapdog that is too big to be a lapdog. So you can barely see Claire's eyes poke out from the body that is Argos. And you can hear a muffled, "Oh, hey, no."
Hello, Claire. I believe you remember EDI 246.
And at this, Argos goes to sniff the robot that is now moving. She goes, "Oh, yeah. Hello, Eddie. How are you doing? New legs and all of that?" "Yes, I am trying my best. It
Aren't we
turns
already?
out going forward is like a controlled fall constantly. It's quite exhilarating."
And I'm going to say, Arcus, I do not believe you have met EDI 246 yet. We found him.
I see. Hello. I'm Arcus. I'm a bear. Yes,
You
I
are
can
in
see
person,
that.
sir.
Sorry. That's slang. I'm an Ursum. Hello.
Fantastic.
Nona?
Yes.
Is EDI gonna 246 gonna be staying like that?
That was my intention.
Cool. Neat. All right.
Anyway, what are you all doing? And may we join you?
I'm having a Space Sam Adams if you want one.
I am not particularly up for drinking tonight, and I'm not 100% sure that EDI 246 has a mouth. But we will keep you company while you drink your beer.
I'm willing to try new things.
What do I know of this, Jeff?
What do you
How
mean? What
much
do you
of
know?
a problem with this?
This is a big problem.
Okay.
You should not drink things.
That would be
Like
a bad
your
problem.
body is able to imbibe, but it doesn't get any benefit. He doesn't have a mouth. It's just sort of like a screen that glows up when he talks. Like he would just be pouring it down the front of himself.
That's fantastic.
All right, is Nona going to stop him?
No, she is definitely going to stop him. She's
No.
going to say, I do not believe you have a mouth, so that would be difficult, but I could get you an empty bottle if you would like.
And then I can pretend to drink.
That is correct, yes, without the damage to your internal circuitry.
Yes, let's do that.
Fantastic.
And so you get him an empty glass and he mimes bringing it up to his face. And he even, like, if there was any kind of liquid in it, he would just be pouring it into his face. Like there's no like careful to the lips. It is just right into the face. Just a very fast motion splashing himself in the face. And so
Behold my robot army, ye might be in trouble.
oh. And so at this, you guys are having a fun time teaching EDI 246 how it would look like to drink. And you hear a knock on what would be like the cargo door, like a ding dong kind of. You have the ability to do that, like where someone can to notify you from the outside.
Sure.
And Claire goes, do you think Alex and Micah got locked out?
I do not know. I can text them. I do so.
You get a text as you are walking back from the pressure barrel.
Yeah.
It's going to be, hello, is it you who are knocking at the door? Have you locked yourself out?
Alex kind of like pauses. Wait, Micah. I have a text.
Yeah.
Activate voice to speech. Voice to text. Fuck. Sorry, I'm drunk. No, we're just leaving the bar. I was going to try to get more info on Mari and Barry.
The
Why?
bar wasn't good.
Micah says the bar wasn't good.
No.
Why? Is somebody knocking? Question mark. Send text.
Period. Send text.
I am going to say, yes, we will wait for you to get back then. Please notify me when you are close. And then I will just go wait by the door.
Are you going to like peek out any windows to try and see anything? Or are you
If
just...
that's possible.
Do we not have a camera on the door?
Yeah, in the bridge, you could probably access some
I'll
cameras
see
or
who it
something
is.
like that.
That'd be great. I'll go get my gun.
After that exchange, it was a quick knock. It was not like a pound, the beating of the telltale heart. It just doesn't keep going. It did stop at some point.
Sure.
That guilt sort of melted away from you, and you no longer.
This is a very strange joke, but I'm into it.
Sorry. Anywho, you check the cameras, and you don't see anyone out there. You do see some kind of paper that seems to be like taped or something affixed to the cargo bay door.
This
But
is why the
that's
Catholic
about
Church is wrong.
Oh, no.
God damn it, Martin Luther. Not again.
He found
What are
us.
you doing here? But that's all you see. You don't see anyone.
All right, cool. I will just wait for them to come back then. That piece of paper can wait.
Okay. So are you guys like, someone's at the door? Should we like approach slowly?
Maybe, should we like hurry up and get over? Did it?
Yeah. Fuck, I wanted to do that. I did want to go to another bar, but no, let's go back.
Why were those two hitting each other on the head? That was so weird.
Because that's what you fucking do when you're here.
This place is funny.
And so you guys make your way up the stairway that goes to the landing pad. It's a time. You guys stumble at least a couple of times.
Stairs, oh no.
Michael, remember when you carried me in Osiame? Is there any way you could do that for us?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Yes. No.
Yes, I can.
No. I'm not that drunk.
And so in your drunken stupor, you guys get to the front end of the Phoenix, and there's no one there. But you do notice that there is a piece of paper affixed to the doorway. And the piece of paper reads, "Meet me at the pressure barrel, 11 p.m. If Arcus is with you, bring him along."
We're going on another
signed?
bar.
What is it signed 1?
It is signed Celine.
Okay, 2, what time is it?
It's 10:45.
It is 10:30.
And it's a 15-minute walk to the pressure barrel.
Knock down the door. Arcus, get out here.
And I suppose we'll be going back to the bar next time.
Hey.
Another round.
Another round. Hey, you guys came back awfully early. I
We
thought you already
brought
had enough.
We loved it.
Everyone has to know about the great
A round of gasoline for everybody.
You're drunkenly writing a 2-star review. You gotta drag it down, but not by that much. Technically got drinks. That's the best thing I can say.
I am drunk now.
Yes, that's all it says.
You know, it was pretty cheap to get drunk at that. It was only like
not bad.
6 credits.
Yeah.
You guys are hammered. He appears to hold his own, landing countering blows here and there, but they're far too weak to seem to phase the Goliath of an Ursum. Leeds, we've been through. What all? Let me bring that back. I am absolutely going to cut that one out. Remind me how I do an Ursum voice. Yeah, there we go. Leeds, after all we've been through.